A few years ago, the internet was taken over by a strange face that kept millions awake at night. A face with bulging, wide eyes that seemed to stare straight into your soul, a long, twisted mouth stretched into an unnatural smile, and long, black hair that looked like it belonged to a cursed doll from a Japanese horror film. This face became known as Momo. But who or what was Momo? And why did she suddenly appear, turning into a nightmare for children worldwide and a source of fear for parents? Thinking face. It all began on WhatsApp. Rumors said, if you received a message from an unknown number with Momo's face as the profile picture, don't answer. If you did, the game would begin. The so-called game was made up of escalating challenges, starting with simple tasks like waking up at midnight, then moving on to watching disturbing videos, and finally, more dangerous dares that could cause harm. No one knew if it was just a prank by strangers, or if something darker was truly behind it. Soon, stories started to spread everywhere. Kids claimed they got threatening messages, while parents noticed their children behaving strangely. The media picked it up, and soon the Momo challenge became international news. Parents were warned not to let their kids use phones alone. With every new rumor, Momo's face turned deeper into digital legend. In some countries, people linked the challenge to supposed suicides. In schools, awareness campaigns were launched to protect kids. On YouTube, videos appeared with titles like, "I tried talking to Momo, and this happened." Some were staged, others were clickbait, but all of them spread the fear. The result? Even those who never received a single message still trembled at the mention of her name. Now comes the big question, where did this terrifying face originate? Face with raised eyebrow. The truth is surprising. Momo wasn't born online, she was born in an art gallery in Japan in 2016. Japanese artist Keisuke Isawa created a sculpture called Mother Bird. The sculpture depicted a strange creature with the body of a woman and the face of a distorted bird, an artistic nod to old Japanese myths about spirits and monsters. The piece was displayed at a gallery in Tokyo for a short time. But after the exhibition ended, photos of the sculpture leaked online. Without any context or explanation, only the bizarre face remained. Over time, people began attaching stories to it, until it evolved into the digital entity we know as Momo. By 2018, news of the Momo challenge was everywhere. The face became linked with mysterious WhatsApp messages, and the sculpture turned into a symbol of online horror. The media played a massive role in fueling the panic. Every time a newspaper reported a supposed victim or new danger, fear spread further. But investigations eventually revealed most of the stories were exaggerated or entirely false. Child protection groups in several countries confirmed there was no real evidence that the Momo challenge directly harmed or killed anyone. It was mass hysteria, amplified by the internet and media coverage. The biggest twist came when the artist himself spoke out. Keisuke Isawa explained that his sculpture was never meant to be terrifying, it was just a piece of imaginative art. And then came the real shock, he revealed that the sculpture no longer even existed. Made from rubber and organic materials, it had decayed over time and was thrown away. In other words, the nightmare that haunted the internet for years no longer even physically exists. In the end, Momo was nothing more than an art sculpture turned into an online myth. A strange picture became a story. A story became a viral challenge. A challenge became a worldwide panic. But the truth is simple, Momo is not a demon, not a spirit, not a creature hunting children. She was only a piece of Japanese artwork, one that time has already destroyed.